Hi, Anti-Society! Welcome back to the Anti-Social Planet, and today we are checking out Twice's strategy dance practice, and I am pretty excited for this. Am I ready? No. I don't think ready is the correct state of mind I am in. I am willing, though. I'm excited to get to see fully the choreo. We got to see some of it in the music video, and some really cool moments in that, like the kick out that they all did in sync, and of course, Momo's gonna come in near the end, and I'm gonna malfunction a little bit. So I'm excited to finally get to see this, and of course, that means I can get into some performances and stuff, so I'm doing this a little bit selfishly. But that being said, so excited. Dance practice! All right, let's do this. Oh, I'm already being cutie pies. Oh, sorry, I just clocked blonde Mina. Sorry to interrupt. The fact that we started on the floor is just a lot. That's such a cute move. No, I was trying. I was like, I can't rewind it everything. That makes me go, I beg your pardon? Okay. Several notes. There may be quite a bit of science in this. It's so cute that they like have their hands next to their sides after that move. That like turn over and then this little like hip move. But this is what got me. Just science. Don't worry about it. Ooh, the sound of their feet though. So I'm not looking at the people in the center, and that is the issue here. Ooh, just the hearing their footsteps all together though, it's so satisfying. Some distance there and the difference in the formation. Love that move too. Ooh, the way they hit on the production too, with those like arms and then all the way down across their body. The little turn too. Ooh, I like that because they have the different levels with their arms and they're leading with the like wrists. That's cute. They got into that formation, like they got down to the floor smooth there. Oh, dang! That's cute too. Look, it switched. Ooh. Look, before we get to the move, because I know it's coming, okay? The sounds of their feet all hitting at the same time, look, always satisfying. Doesn't matter which group I'm seeing a dance practice for. Give me the actual studio sound so I can hear the in-synced foot movements. But there is something about it happening with this choreo, which is like really fun. It's an upbeat song. They're really just having a fun time. I love that they have all these movements where they're leading with these bent wrists, right? They're leading with this part of their hand. I think that's just really cute. They have them like down near their hips. They have them like up higher, different like moves or like shimmies they're doing. Having the little like, even just like little hip movements is like really cute and playful. And then having some of these more like flirtatious, seductive movements. Let's just call it what it is, okay? There was an intention with this song, and I am just giving them the feedback that they wanted. I'm just trying to be part of the performance, okay? I'm just trying to participate the way that they wanted me to. But the contrast of those, really fun, but also they are nailing this choreo. They are in sync for this, and it's so satisfying because it is fun and playful and feminine and girly. It has all of those elements in it that I feel could make it a bit of a throwaway in some ways. I feel like it could give you the misconception that this choreo is easy or doesn't have a lot to it, and the fact that they're like incredibly in sync in it it's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. That little head swivel that they do too. Also, they have the strategy, which is interesting too. Too many things. Love the little like shoulder shimmies too. Great use of levels too. Okay, we have the different levels with the hands there too, with the hey boy. I don't want to talk to Momo. Oh, so good. Just the kick out, it's so satisfying. It's such a wide move that, again, them being so in sync with each other and then having this really wide movement of that kick and spin, right? And it's the leg fully extended behind them. It's just so satisfying. And they're not changing up their formations a whole lot, right? We're not having them spreading out their formation in order to do that, which means that they really have to be aware of each other's space while doing that move, right? The fact that they do it so seamlessly, so in sync, it's so satisfying. It even has this little slow down in it. They're not doing super quick because they're making sure that they're hitting on that specific beat. There's just something about it that's so good. And then afterwards, that little like circle that they do with their foot behind them, again, super playful and flirty and cute, and it's wonderful. I just, yeah, no, let's go back again. The musicality is great too, like them hitting on this beat that's constantly in the back. Yeah, because they like whip out their foot. It's so good. Science. Don't worry about it. Okay, sure. Oh, I love that too. Them all joining in. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Science. They like join in pairs. It's so good. On the diagonal, like too, until they back up into formation. This choreo's so good. Like, you can hear the way they shift their weight onto their heels and sync. It's so good. Look, blonde Mina in the center. I don't think I need to justify this rewind with any further context. In that outfit? Even just like these, like, there's all these little... I was trying to have a thought before y'all all body rolled at me at the same time. Even just these little details. Again, we have this constant beat going in the background with the production, but there's all these little nuances where they're hitting on the beat, like a little, like just like sitting into a movement. They're doing that in beat, right? That's not a like huge movement in terms of them like hitting it with a hand movement or a hip movement or a piece of footwork, right? Where it's something that's really obvious. It's even just them like settling in to a move before they're gonna do something that is like more drawn out and languid, but they sit into the move on beat. Look, I know they're good. I know they've been doing this for a long time. There's a reason that they're as popular as they are. I've seen some of their other choreo. Okay, I know. I'm so proud. I feel like that's where I'm at. I'm just like, I'm giddy with pride that this is what they're pulling out. Not only in terms of them like showing up for the evolution of them, right? Like them being this good is, yeah, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been working together for a long time. They've been performing for a long time. They've got this, right? So there's like the pride of being like, the reason that they can pull something off like this is because of all of that hard work and all of that experience. But also, again, like I was saying, this is like a fun, flirty, cute, occasionally venturing into seductive territory, but it's not like a super deep lyrical choreo, right? It isn't something that's trying to share this really emotive, intense story. It's supposed to be really fun, catchy choreo, right? It's supposed to be something that audiences can do parts of, and it's supposed to be something that's just really fun and upbeat to watch. And the fact that they're so precise with it just makes me beam with pride, because they don't have to show up like that. Let's just be honest. Songs that are on like the more fun side, songs that are more just about almost like the energy that you're bringing in the performance, right? Like the energy, the personas that they have in performing this. You don't need to be that sharp, but they are. And I'm so proud of them. It's so good. It's unfair for them to be like that though. Oh, it's so satisfying. Their spacing is good too. Like, again, they've been doing this for a long time, but like, that was like a balanced formation. Momo, please. I'm sorry, I just looked over at Sui. Ma'am. Y'all don't be doing all that. Not you too, Taeyong. Okay, no, see, for science, I'm gonna look on the other side of this B formation. Okay. No, Sana needs to calm down too. Oh, this is so good. Like the moving on like their heels, but also moving in like a circle with their levels. Like it's... on that like doom in the production. And the musicality is so good. I like that we get a little bit of everyone doing a little like their own thing. But like again, choreographed. Oh, sorry, just like look like it's balanced in the way that they're doing their arm movements. That footwork there. Oh, I was like, how are we gonna get Nayeon to the center? Because we didn't have that in the music video. Yeah, catch your breath. Y'all were like locked in for that. I don't even know what to say other than I'm so proud. Look, I have not been a once as long as some other people, but I have been here a minute, and that was a solid performance. That was almost eerily tight in terms of the synchronization, the balancing of those formations, just like levels, and again, like character, energy, presence. Like even a few times where I was like, my eyes wandered, right? I was like, I'm not looking at who's at center. The only reason I can say something like that is because no matter who I'm looking at, they're all still performing, right? They're all still making sure they're having their personas there. They're having the charisma. They're not trying to steal the spotlight. It's just that they're still in it, right? They're still locked into what they're doing. Excellent. I will say this though. There's one part where they're like slightly out. Maybe here? No, it's before we got here. Yeah, it's Jungyeon. Look, love her, love my girl. She's doing great throughout this whole thing. She's slightly off on this movement, and the only reason I notice is because they are so incredibly tight for the rest of the choreo that it's something that I can't notice, right? She immediately gets back into where she needs to be. So I think, again, in some of their other performances, like seeing some of their earlier dance practices, I haven't seen a whole lot of them. I don't think I would have noticed that because there would have been moments they weren't this tight in their synchronization that something like that I would have been like it would have passed by me, but because they're so incredibly in sync for this, I noticed it. And I noticed it in the corner of my eye, like I wasn't focused on her. Like her arms are just like a little bit, tiniest bit of a leg there in her movement. And again, I'm not pointing that out to be like, oh my gosh, here's a thing that wasn't done entirely correctly. I'm pointing it out just to, one, for transparency. If I notice anything, I want to point it out to make sure that I'm not just here to gush about how much I love them. I do. I think that's pretty obvious. But also just to point out, if that's the only thing I can point out, I think that shows you what a good performance this is. And it's not a performance, right? I get that dance practices aren't the same as an actual rehearsal for choreography, but this isn't a performance. This isn't them trying to do studio chum or a live performance or an award stage or whatever. And that's the only thing I could point out, that's incredible. That's such a well-rehearsed piece of choreo that it's a little bit unnerving, honestly. These are all human beings pulling that off. That's wild. That was just so good. That was so good. I feel like it was so good that I can't even have talent envy, right? There's so many times where people are like so good at what they do that I'm like, it makes me physically angry that you get to be that talented. And I get like this talent aggression towards people, but I can't even have that here because I'm like, I could never, no way, no way that I would be able to pull that off. And the fact that they just gave that incredible performance, again, for a song that doesn't necessarily call for them to be like that precise with it, they really could have gotten away with not being that on point. And they were incredible. Great spacing as well. And again, like I was saying with that kick, it's such a wide movement. And the fact that they don't change their formation before they do that is incredible. Very, very aware of each other's space and how to coordinate that. It's not just that they're in sync and being able to hear all of their feet dropping at the same time. You could hear the way that their weight shifts in their movements, the way that they're moving within those formations. They're very aware of not only their own space that they need for that move, but also each other. It shows how much time they have spent performing with each other, that they can be that aware of each other in that space. And it shows like how well rehearsed they are. Again, giving performance, giving facial expressions and charisma and being in it, right? And again, even just them sitting into movements on beat. That is such a nuanced thing of being so aware of the musicality of the song that you're performing. I can't even explain it. Dang, that was so good. And I was already excited to check out performances. That just makes me even more, because that's, again, not like an actual rehearsal of the choreo, but definitely not like them being in full performance mode, right? And it's not even like with camera work and having to deal with other like logistics and stuff. And so many performances. I feel like all of them. Can I watch all the performances? Probably. I'll have to put together something because I'm already obsessed. And I may or may not have to watch this dance practice again immediately after this just to feed into that. That was so good. And I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click those plays to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to me next time I post a twice reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.